Hey everybody, we're down in the basement. We're sampling a couple of beers that were sent by one of you all. She got the blanket because it's cold, apparently. Guy named Ken is from Pennsylvania. He lives Philadelphia. He lives in Florida now, but he's from there. And he recently took a trip up to Pennsylvania to see his children's. And he asked if I would be interested in trying some Troegs. And I thought, you betcha, I would. These particular ones, Hop Cyclone and Master of Pumpkins, are once a year special releases. So it was very generous of him to offer to send me some of these cans. And let's go with the hop one. There's a lot of details on the can. We can go over that real quick, I suppose. We just watched Hubie Halloween. Have you guys watched that? What'd you think of that movie, Beth?
Yeah, it was good.
It was good. They were kind of cute and kind of clever. Alright, Hop Cyclone Double IPA. Now the thing that he sent me two of these and one of these, and I already drank the other one. So I previewed it, and 9% alcohol, but you wouldn't know it. London yeast, hops. Beth, you're going to have to read this. Read the hops. I don't got my cheaters.
Citrus, Sabro, Simcoe, Sultana, Malt, Pilsner, Wheat, Vienna, unmalted wheat. A soft tropical and hazy double IPA from Troegs. Experience hop waves of epic proportions thanks to our Hop Cyclone technology, which churns in our fermenters and makes sure the notes of pineapple, soft citrus, and juicy peach hit every last drop of this beer. London 3 yeast ups the tropical ante and helps uphold the haze from the grain with heroic hop flavor and low bitterness. This once a year release will just appear without warning. Don't miss it.
So, the Sabro is interesting. That's one that is a unique hop. I actually don't know Sultana hop. I don't know that one at all. Of course, Citra, we know. Simcoe. It's not overly bitter, though, is it?
No, that's yummy.
It's yummy.
Mm-hmm.
It's very soft. I think it's kind of a plush tasting beer. I came up with the pineapple, I think before I read the can. I think I thought that was something that I was reminded of. Juicy peach. It's a lot of different hops, and I know the Simcoe will give you some pine and some bitterness. Sabro is, I believe, said to give like coconut flavor sometime, actually. I guess it could be in there. I probably should have looked up what Sultana does. It is a really... Huh?
Oh.
Sultry? Sultriana. It's a very drinkable beer. I mean, it's unbelievable to me that it's 9% alcohol. It sort of has a viscosity and a little bit of a... I wonder if the final gravity is not too low because it does have a thickness kind of to it. But I'm glad we didn't miss it. It's delicious. I have had actually a bunch of different Troegs over the years when I've been traveling out that way or wherever they're distributed. I've picked some up. I think I even made a Nugget Nectar clone one time, or tried to. So it is a brewery I'm familiar with and I'm usually impressed with. So this one's delicious. You know, I could be talking on a turn here, but I think it's a female-owned brewery. Is that right? I should look it up. But yeah, we'll finish this one and try the second one. Alright, I tried looking up the Troegs thing with the women-owned aspect. I swear I read an interview or a piece or something, and maybe there's just a woman who was speaking on behalf of the brewery, but I didn't find what I was thinking, so we'll just leave that where it lies. Alright, we're going to try this Master of Pumpkins. Another one of these once a year special limited releases. So, once again, thanks to Ken for sending it. Now, I thought on their website that it said a Saison yeast, but on this it says wit. Yeast, house wit. Spices, cinnamon, clove, ginger, nutmegs. There's 3,000 pounds of local pumpkins. They're roasted, and they put them in this beer, and it suits the season just so, according to what they say. Subtly spiced with cinnamon, clove, ginger, and nutmeg. This is a pumpkin beer that's worth the wait. Now, you know, TBH, going into this tasting, I could almost say for certain that I will not be going out to a store and buying a pumpkin beer of any sort. That's something that a lot of people like, and they become very popular this time of year. Many breweries release. There's been some that have purchased over the years. I'm drawing a blank on one.
The only one I really like is the pumpkin one, the Southern Tier.
That was it. That was it. I was like, there's a brewery that I used to drink,
that one's
and I
really
can't
good.
think of it
This
at all.
one's pretty good too.
All right,
It's
well,
up
let's
there.
give it a
I'd
try.
probably go really well with my pumpkin cheesecake.
You and your cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you had a handful of different pumpkin beers?
Yeah, and that's the only one I really like, but this one's also really good.
Do you remember why you liked the pumpkin?
Yeah, it had a reminiscent flavor of a graham cracker crust and some sweet pumpkin flavors, and it wasn't it just didn't have a bad taste at all. So
my memory of it is when you said sweet, I remember it being, I think it's a higher in alcohol one.
perhaps.
This one is I think it said 7.5, so this one is a little kind of higher than some of them. So I think the pumpkin is almost like 8 or
Yeah, and this
so-
one has maybe I haven't had pumpkin in so long, but I remember it being kind of caramely, and this one maybe isn't as much, which I like. It's more drinkable, I think.
It's pretty clear.
Mm-hmm.
For either a wit yeast or a Saison yeast, it's pretty clear. It's a slightly, I don't know, it's a light red, light orange, light ruby. I mean, it's not dark and thick. Now, one thing I am getting a decent amount of spice character, and that's one thing that I think can be hard to hit right with these beers. Is they listed off 4 spices, which is probably pretty normal, but
This is what you put in the pumpkin cheesecake.
what is the spices?
Cinnamon, clove, ginger, nutmeg.
Yeah, I
Same
mean,
thing.
them as the big spices, but
Mm-hmm.
is it too spicy?
No, I don't think
That's
so.
what I'm wondering about with this one. If there's a, we've only taken like 2 sips.
Well, I'll have the rest.
Excuse me?
That's a cute little label too. I like it.
Help yourself to this extremely exclusive rare beer that got sent all the way from Florida.
But you said you're not a fan of pumpkin beers.
But I'm a fan of trying rare beers.
You even said this pumpkin cheesecake is not as good as regular cheesecake. Fine then. I'll eat the whole pumpkin cheesecake.
Ladies and gentlemen. I guess I do not dislike this. I feel like you maybe are liking this more than I like it, but that's just because of what I was saying. It's not my favorite kind of thing. Now, one thing I do want to address is this yeast. Like, I don't know if it's a Saison yeast or a wit yeast, but why would you use that yeast in a pumpkin beer? Why? They're very unique, characterful, strong. They have unique flavors that are going to be spicy. Why would you use that yeast when you're adding all these spices?
What yeast would you use?
More of a neutral one. American ale yeast, maybe an English ale yeast. Those would be the 2.
I mean, maybe that's why I haven't liked pumpkin beers historically, except for Southern Tier. Maybe they use some kind of other yeast. What, a darker yeast?
No, like a ale yeast. like a
Is that
American,
thinking
like
red or something? I don't know.
The yeast doesn't normally give it too much
Okay.
color, but like if you've had a saison, which I think you
Mhm.
have, they have a spiciness to it, but they might not have any spices added. The yeast gives it those characters, and same with the whip beer, although you do put spices in a whip beer. I mean, it's a nice beer. It's well made. It's fairly drinkable.
Mhm.
I'll say, medium on the drinkability. Like, I can drink the 8 ounces, but I'm not drinking. Like, you could drink more of this Hop Cyclone just because of the type of beer that it is. Spice beers are a niche thing. They're fun to try. Every few years I'll make one, but it's not something I make every year. Like, there are so many other styles that I definitely try to make every year because they're styles that I like a lot more. Don't you know? Well, Ken, thank you so much for sending these beers, sharing your rare beers with me, and it's been fun emailing and talking to you a little bit. And I don't know, this is a dumb video, but that's what we do here in the basement in winter. There'll be brewing videos coming. I have a oak smoked Kveik beer that I made. I have a Pils type beer with Kveik, and I have a Black is Beautiful beer that's actually on tap right now. So all of these videos are forthcoming. There'll be more beer videos, homebrewing videos. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Any parting words, Beth? Alright then. Catch you later.
I don't.